This year, I'm going to make it big as a YouTuber. Mark my words, I'm going to finally start gaining traction as a content creator. I've thought about this for a long time, and I feel like I've suddenly gained so much clarity to what I've been doing wrong and how to correct it. After pouring countless hours into creating videos, you may feel like I have felt many times, feeling like YouTube success is just pure luck. It isn't fair, it's put an infinite curse on your content, but I'm here to convince you that there is a formula to YouTube success. So I wanted to make a video sharing the plan, the knowledge, so that you can skip several steps in your own YouTube pursuit. Or maybe you're just interested in the future of this channel, which if that's you, I appreciate you. Thank you for being a fan so early on. The first and most important thing I want to share with you about YouTube is you need to have your own voice. You desperately need to stand out from other creators. Seriously, that's the advice that you've come up with after years of creating videos? Well, hold on, I get it. You may think that's cliche, but I don't mean it in the way that you think I do. So you have to go through a very specific discovery process to arrive at this point. I actually don't want you to just try making unique content right off the bat, especially if you don't have videography experience. I don't think you should be focusing on those ideas just yet, because most likely you don't know what works for you. I do want you to let your own personalities, opinions, and ideas shine through with your content. But I want you to work your way there. Pick a handful of your favorite creators, think of similar topics to the ones from their videos, and just go out and create videos that you would love to watch. Mirror them in the beginning, that's completely fine. The practice alone of making videos will hone your videography skills incredibly well. This is exactly how the massive channel of Yes Theory started, and they argue this same assertion when recounting their rise to the top.
First, our videos were heavily influenced by those people, and still are to some extent. But quickly we realized that if we wanted to stand out, we had to let our own personalities, opinions, and ideas shine through.
But that right there is where a lot of advice for making it big on YouTube stops. Just practice, be consistent, post weekly, and you'll get there eventually.
So, growing up trying YouTube, I always heard the #1 advice of just be consistent. Just be consistent with your content and eventually you'll blow up. That's a complete lie.
Okay, now once you feel ready, I want you to take your game to a level that 99% of channels don't. You break out of the pattern. See, I fell into that 99%. I have not stepped out of the pattern, and I've continued to try and replicate channels like Johnny Harris, Jake Tran, James Janney, and I never found my own voice. When you continue to model your content exactly like another creator, you limit your channel's potential. You create an innate ceiling of potential viewership. YouTube is just like fishing. You're looking to hook a viewer and keep them on the line, but your hook is out there amongst many other creators. If you create videos with a very similar title, thumbnail, style, and core message to another popular creator, well, your video is competing directly against them. Only they have a higher view count, a check mark next to their name, and a potentially recognizable face. They are going to win that battle every time. So how do you place yourself into a less crowded market? Well, let me introduce you to the blue ocean strategy. This is exactly how Jake Tran took his channel from 340 subscribers to over 1.6 million subscribers. And I think he hits the nail right on the head for the unequivocally best strategy in creating a YouTube audience of your own. Right now, you're in a red ocean. You're operating within some predefined rules for your specific niche, meaning you are forced to exist amongst fierce, cutthroat competition. Hence, the red ocean. Everyone's in there hacking away at each other. You want to move yourself over to a blue ocean where you are one of, if not the only option that viewers have to flock to. So the book itself is intended for more traditional businesses, which is why I'm going to use Nintendo to better explain how you can achieve this blue ocean result. Okay, in the early 2000s, Nintendo was struggling to sell game consoles as the PlayStation from Sony and the Xbox from Microsoft were dominating the market. So Nintendo used the blue ocean strategy. They took a look at the selling points of the current market for game consoles. Price, marketing, HD graphics, fast processors, complicated controllers that allow you to game better, the community behind gaming. They took a step back to determine where they would place themselves alongside their competitors, but most importantly, they added some new, never before seen factors. Things like easier approachable games, focus on simple fun, intuitive controls, things that actually more so appeal to a non-gamer. The stereotypical gamer wants hardcore shooting games that are kind of complicated, that need high definition graphics. A non-gamer doesn't care about any of those things. As a result, Nintendo ended up selling more consoles than all of Sony and Microsoft combined, marking the Wii as an undeniable success. So I want you to do the same thing with your niche. Take a piece of paper and write out the characteristics of content within that space. Things like length of the video, storytelling, the visuals, humor, quality, controversy, etc. Now take some time, think about what makes you unique. What styles have you thought of in your progress of mirroring your favorite creators? Or if you haven't discovered any, go searching.
Your objective as a creator should be to keep creating until you've crafted your own style and your own voice. Be extremely self-critical, be aware of who influenced you, and also don't ever stop experimenting.
What can you bring to the table that people simply haven't thought of yet? Once you've thought of those extra factors, simply deliver that content on a consistent basis. And it's important to note that in this new space, you'll probably be more nervous than ever. For the first time, you're creating content that is uniquely yours. So it's important to still stay consistent. Don't let perfectionism stand in the way. As long as you deliver on what you set out to in your graph, proficiency and community will follow. The final piece of advice that I want to leave you with is have your why. Too many people go into YouTube without a proper why. They see other YouTubers becoming successful and they simply hope that the same will come for them. Unless you're the 0.0001%, becoming successful on YouTube will be a challenging process that will test your determination over and over. The only ones that are left still thriving and growing after all these tests are the ones that had their why. The ones that show up every day, not because they're chasing money or fame, but because they love creating videos. If you'd like to know what that means for this channel, well, I'll be happy to tell you. So I sat down, thought about what I'm good at, just like I'm telling you to do. With my graph, wanted to introduce some new factors. So I thought I'm good at making documentaries, I'm good at programming, and I'm also kind of good at spontaneity. Spent the last year traveling across the country, as well as a little stay in Italy for 3 months. And it was all in the hope of searching for discomfort. So what that means is, well, instead of simply making documentaries, I'd love to implement programming into it somehow by, making a project alongside the video that I'm creating, or incorporating AI into it, comparing AI versus hand creating this. And then with the spontaneity part, I'd love to incorporate people into the videos, do some sort of rejection therapy where I go out and ask people on the street to be in the video, or to let me film somewhere that they're, whether it's, I don't know, their house or wherever they're at, some sort of spontaneity and making myself uncomfortable by bringing other people into the video. Whatever other way to get me out of my shell, make connections, and continue to create content that's even more entertaining and inspiring. So, hope to see you again very soon. Thanks for watching.